Hello everyone. Every country has a symbol that represents what is considered the beauty of their country, and Mount Fuji is considered the holy mountain of the rising sun. The country of Japan is majestic and majestic. With that is the wild natural beauty of Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is considered a symbol when people talk about the land of the rising sun. And now let's learn about Mount Fuji. Where is Mount Fuji? At 3,776 meters high, Mount Fuji is the highest peak in Japan, the result of volcanic activity that began about 100,000 years ago. Today, Mount Fuji and the surrounding area are a popular recreational destination for hiking, camping, and relaxation. Mount Fuji, also known as Fuji, is considered the highest mountain in Japan, and is a famous scenic spot and historical site in Japan, and was recognized as a World Cultural Heritage on September 11. June 22, 2013. The current, new Fuji, mountain is believed to have formed on top of the old Fuji mountain about 10,000 years ago. This is the intersection of the Eurasian continental plate, the Okhotsk continental plate, and the Philippine mainland. The peak of Mount Fuji is covered with snow all year round. The highest temperature in summer is only 6 to 10 degrees Celsius. The name Mount Fuji comes from the word bu non plus dual, meaning one of a kind, or bu-jin, endless, means never-ending. As one of Japan's most famous symbols, tourists from all over the world flock to Shizuoka and Yamanashi prefectures to see this majestic mountain. However, for the Japanese, Mount Fuji has long been a very important spiritual site and a source of artistic inspiration. Mount Fuji upside down. The image of Mount Fuji reflected on the surface of a calm lake is called upside-down Mount Fuji. This beautiful scene has been printed on the back of the 1,000 yen bill. From the Fuji 5 lakes you can see many silhouettes of Mount Fuji from many different angles. However, to be able to admire the most perfect inverted image of Mount Fuji, it is necessary to have favorable natural conditions such as no wind, no fog, and no ripples on the lake surface. If you can admire this image, this will definitely be one of the best memories of your trip to Japan. Fuji Red, Fuji Diamond, Fuji Pearl. Red Fuji. Red Fuji is a phenomenon that occurs at dawn from late summer to early autumn. The sunlight shining in causes the mountain to turn red. This is a very rare phenomenon because it depends on many weather factors such as clouds, fog, as well as the position of the morning sun, so it is said that anyone who can admire this scene will definitely have a lot of luck. Fuji Diamond. Diamond Fuji is a natural optical phenomenon, formed at the moment of sunrise or sunset coinciding with the peak of Mount Fuji. From a distance, it looks like a sparkling diamond on the top of the mountain. This is an extremely valuable sight that you don't always see because it is related to the sun's orbit and changes depending on weather conditions and time of year. Pearl Mount Fuji. When the full moon is at the right position at the top of Mount Fuji, from afar the moon looks like a giant, sparkling pearl. However, you can only see this sight on clear summer days or during the full moon in autumn. During the rainy season or when the air is cloudy, it will be difficult for you to see. This phenomenon only happens a few times a year, so you must be very lucky to be able to admire this mystical phenomenon. Mount Fuji is a round-peaked volcano. The mouth's circumference is 3,000 meters wide and 237 meters deep, a crater left behind by a volcano. From 781 to 1707, the volcano erupted 18 times and is still active. The top of the mountain is still emitting steam. The reason Fuji is also called Fuji is because it is the language of the Ha-Dia people. Fuji means volcano. Native people who worship Mount Fuji have established the Fuji Mountain Climbers Association, called Fujiko Association. The founder of this association climbed Mount Fuji for 106 years and 128 times. Conquering this majestic mountain is something that every Japanese person wants to do once in their life. For Japanese people, Mount Fuji is a sacred mountain symbolizing luck and goodness. For Japanese people, on the first night of the new year, if anyone dreams of one of three things, they will be extremely lucky throughout the year. First Fuji, dreaming of Mount Fuji. Second Naka, dreaming of a falcon. Tuesday Nasu, dream about eggplant. Mount Fuji had free Wi-Fi coverage in July 2015. Mount Fuji symbolizes the spirit of solidarity and resilience of the people of Fu-Tang in literary works. Mount Fuji is also a traditional training location for Japanese samurai soldiers. For centuries, the Japanese have forged a spiritual bond with this mountain. Legend has it that the famous ascetic Hasegawa Kakugyo, 1541 to 1646, climbed the mountain more than 100 times. His achievement led to the formation of Fuji-ko, a group of people who worshipped Mount Fuji. This sect built temples, created stone monuments, and fasted to show their worship. Their fanatical loyalty eventually led the Tokugawa shogunate to ban the belief, but Japan's long tradition of mountain worship has kept it revered and respected as a sacred mountain. Important spiritual site. Approximately 200,000 to 300,000 people climb Mount Fuji each summer. Climbers are most popular at dawn. Climbers often start the day before and stay overnight at a rest area on the mountain, before setting off early the next morning in time to catch a glimpse. The sky rose above the horizon. In pre-modern times, Mount Fuji was a place of hardship for the Shujanya, who practiced Shugendo, an ancient mountain cult, and even the lower classes made pilgrimages here. The countless shrines at the foot of the mountain are a testament to the historical and spiritual significance of Mount Fuji. The most iconic images of Mount Fuji date from the Edo period, 1603 to 1867. Woodwork series artists Katsuhiko Hokusai and Utagawa Hiroshiga's version of Mount Fuji depicts the mountain from many different angles and vistas, giving people from all over the world a glimpse of the area and its terrain. In particular, Katsuhiko Hokusai is known to have influenced Western painter Vincent van Gogh and even influenced composer Claude Debussy. The popularity of Mount Fuji's picturesque views during the Edo period helped cement the mountain's legacy as a global attraction. Formed about 100,000 years ago, repeated volcanic eruptions have gradually turning Mount Fuji into Japan's largest mountain, 3,776 meters high. The last eruption in 1707 lasted for 16 days and volcanic ash spread as far as Tokyo. Volcanic activity also created Hoazan, one of Mount Fuji's lower peaks, 5 lakes at the base of the mountain, and many caves near Aokigahara Forest. The area is also blessed with many mineral-rich hot springs, making the area a haven for both outdoor recreation and relaxation. Here comes the video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Hello and see you in the next videos. I am 5 Minutes Discovery.